Blessings, everyone. Hi, my name is Rebecca. Thank you for tuning in to Will to share about what I was telling you guys last video that I just recently got a job. I'm an activities coordinator at an adults developmental center. So we help them, do for themselves and also connect into the community and it has been a crazy trip because I hadn't worked for so long. I was a stay-at-home mom for, I don't know, maybe 14 years, and I didn't think I had any experience to do anything other than white boogers and booties. And I was super depressed because in the wake of all this ICE situation, my husband just stopped working. And obviously, he's living in fear because he is dealing with the whole immigration system. We'll just leave it at that. So I had to start looking for jobs. I was really worried because we have 3 children at home, and I was only doing my art. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I've been doing my art for a while and I do some music and stuff, but that was more for fun. My husband was the main breadwinner. He was a construction worker, and after seeing so many people getting picked up on their way to work, he just stopped going. So sorry. I need to get myself a stand because I'm just hanging out near the coast after work and I just wanted to have a little chat. But going back to me looking for a job, going to different unemployment centers, we never wanted to get assistance from the government, so we didn't have any income other than my job. Then my husband also worked at the Swami, which he stopped going to as well on the weekends on his days off from construction. And then he had a side gig of doing bikes. So saying it out loud, I'm like, wow, he was like a workaholic. So maybe, all this is part of the plan. But the thing is that I became super stressed when I said, that I believed in Creator. I always trusted in Him, and it's His will, and everything will happen. It gets super hard, I know. So I started being doubtful and being anxious. And I remember one day specifically, I don't know how many employment centers I had visited already, and somebody told me about this one specific employment center where the guy had grown up around the neighborhood, because I live in the hood near Compton, so it's the hood. But I've been there for 10 years now, and I don't have anything to complain about. Everybody's been respectful, and like Damian Marley says, if you ain't never been to the ghetto, don't ever come to the ghetto because you won't understand the ghetto. We understand each other. We empathize because we know what it's like to live there, and we know the struggle. So, gosh, I lost my train of thought. So I was saying that I live in the hood. I went to this employment center, and I told the guy straight out, my situation, and I didn't qualify for any assistance from the government because my husbands undocumented. And you know, um, he told me basically straight out that I needed it and that I would just have to lie. And I'm not saying I'm above, or I'm not saying I'm perfect, but that like weighed heavy on me to lie about like my husband being there and like so much of his energy and everything that he's put into our family. So I remember that day, like I just was crying. I was bawling so much. And on the way, there was this guy on the corner that was cleaning the window shields, and I was like, no, thank you. I don't have money right now. I'm so sorry. He did it anyways, and just the fact that I couldn't like pay him in any sort of way for what he did, like just broke me, and I started crying, and I made the guy feel bad, but it was just so bad. And I went home after that, going to the employment center, and I was like, okay, well, I give up, I give in, maybe to make it forward, I just have to lie. And after having that thought, I had lunch, and my plan was to go to the welfare office and lie, right? But at that, not even finishing my meal, I was still eating when they called me for one of the many interviews I had gone to, and they offered me a job, which is the place I'm currently working at, and it's in the South Bay, and it's amazing. I get to coordinate activities that I love to do and that help adults with developmental disabilities. And they're the most amazing people that I've ever met. They're funny, they're thoughtful, they're loving, they're compassionate, just like so many good qualities that I'm just so grateful that I was in training with my children. And I feel like vice versa. When I'm in training at home with my children, and then at work, I'm in training at work for my children. But it's a real blessing, and I'm so grateful that I didn't have to go and lie. And I felt embarrassed that I had such little faith, and I didn't think that the almighty creator could find me a job that I liked. I was so willing to accept whatever came my way. I didn't even care if I was going to like it or not, or if I was going to get the minimum wage. But man, does creator have my back. He blessed me with a great job, and the staff that I work with are also helpful to each other, and they all care about the participants, and it's just really inspiring. And I love going to work every day, and that's a blessing. And maybe it's not so much money, but it's a little bit more than minimum wage, and I'm super grateful. And so whatever hardship you're going through, I just want to inspire you and encourage you to keep pushing, keep having faith, and don't let anything break you. Remember that the Most High Creator is within you, and He has your back no matter what. There's nothing too big for Him, and there's no right or wrong way. It's just connecting with Him. So I hope you have a beautiful day. I really appreciate that you listen to me and my crazy stories, and let you get a beautiful view of places I get to visit at work. And with that being said, I hope you like this video, and I'd appreciate it if you left a comment. If you liked it, you could like. If you would like to subscribe, and send it to somebody else who you think could get something from it. That's it for now. Blessings. One love. Rastafari.